Anita, you're there? You can hear me?
Yeah, ma'am, you're audible.
Shall I switch on my video?
You may switch on, ma'am. No problem.
Okay.
You're visible.
Yeah, I'm visible. Okay, fine. And my audio, how's it?
It is absolutely fine, ma'am. Can hear you.
It is fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we already have participants?
Yeah, they're joining in.
Okay. All right.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening. How many people have joined till now?
There are 12 here, 2 from Facebook and 1 from YouTube. Join here. And they'll be joining slowly. As I understand, there have been more than 90 registrations, and we have called them up.
How many registrations?
90 plus. 97 registrations. So, but I think we should start in time so that the people who have joined in time, we should respect their time, and that is what we do for all the members forum, which has an average of, since it is meant for the members, it is basically for the members attendance. So that is how we go by it. If with your permission, if you're okay, we can start the session, and I have already given you the co-host right. So if you wish, you can share your screen. If you wish.
Okay. So everyone is on mute by default.
Yeah, they are. They will be on mute by default.
Okay. Let me share my screen.
In the meantime, I'll just introduce our speaker today, Ms. Anjana Dikshit, who has recently superannuated from the IBM India as the director. Presently, she is the director with the Bluebeaks, which she. She is the director with the Bluebeaks. In her career spanning around 3 decades, Ms. Dikshit has worked and consulted major Fortune 100 companies in sectors like automotive, travel and transportation, manufacturing, and telecommunications. In India, Europe, USA, and Australia. She has also been a part of the IBM's global delegation under the Smarter Cities program and has consulted the city governments of various countries. By training, Ms. Dikshit is a mechanical engineer with an MBA from XLRI and an IBM certified complex program manager. Bluebeaks, which is her company, is into education research, consulting, and training. Bluebeaks designs and delivers courses on digital technology management for full-time MBA and executive development programs in premier management institutes. Bluebeaks is also a corporate member of Calcutta Management Association. We welcome amongst us Ms. Anjana Dikshit to kindly take us through this session on AI. Ma'am, it's all yours.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yeah, ma'am. Loud and clear.
I hope, because your voice was a bit patchy, so I was just not sure if I'm equally audible. So, we will be able to see the chat window also, right? Who all is,
Yes,
if there are any messages coming in. Fine.
Of course.
So, good evening, everyone. And thank you, Mr. Anirban, for the introduction. So as he mentioned, I recently superannuated from IBM and presently director at Bluebeaks Solutions. Just in addition to what Anirban said, I'm also a guest faculty at some of the premier institutes like XLRI and XIMB, Goa Institute of Management, and so on, and where I take up, topics under project management and digital analytics. So without much ado, let's go into our topic of today. As you can see, the topic is improving business productivity through prompt engineering using OpenAI. So a rather lengthy topic, but we'll simplify, and so let's move forward and try to understand what it is. So let's start with the question. So my question to the audience is, how much time do you spend in a day at doing repetitive tasks in your workplace? Okay. And here I will request people to put their answers on the chat. Requesting everyone. So it's going to be participative. So please share your messages on the chat, please. Anyone? I don't see any responses. Mr. Anirban, do you see responses on the chat?
Yes, ma'am. We will see, and one we have already got is many times.
Okay. So just asking again, can you roughly give an idea? Like, is it like 1 hour, 2 hour in a day, 30 minutes? How much time would you spend on repetitive tasks in your workday? Okay. So I got one response. I wish more people would respond, because this is, and in this session, we are going to use computers also. So if you are in front of your computer, it would be helpful. It's not just a listening session. So request that it would be better if people are having their are in front of their computers. So let's
about 3 hours. Someone is saying Sharuda Sengupta is saying about 3 hours.
Okay, all right. So different type of, depending on the nature of work, different type of responses, right? So now the next question. The next question is, what are some of the typical repetitive tasks that you do? So anyone? It could be like sending out mails or preparing a report, right? And daily you're preparing some reports, regenerating, yes, data entry, mails. Thank you, Millie, for responding. Anyone else? It would be good again to hear from some more people, or rather see on the chat from some more people. Send the message to all if you can. But I'm getting direct messages. So Anirban, probably you would have the messages, a better view to the messages, right? So if everyone can choose everyone in the meeting option, at least that would help to get a better view. Okay, so then let us move forward from here. So thanks. So you can see there are typically everyone has repetitive tasks in a workday and would like to find ways to, reduce these repetitive tasks and spend more time on value added work. So let's try a fun activity. Okay. Now we are going to do this using Chat GPT. So the activity is, you want to give a welcome address to college freshers who have recently joined your organization. Okay. So to use Chat GPT, some of you must have already used it earlier. So please log in. Those who have not used Chat GPT before, it's very simple. You can create a login in a Jiffy by using your Gmail. So let us just do that. First, you type OpenAI here in Google search. I hope you all can see my screen. And I'll select OpenAI. And here we have the OpenAI screen. Okay. And for those of you who have access, you can easily just log in. And just let me remove this. Yeah. So you can log in. Otherwise, please quickly sign up. It's very quick, and you will have a sign up to OpenAI. Now I will log in over here. Let's see what comes up. So in the login, you can see OpenAI over here, and there are 3 options. So OpenAI has ChatGPT DALL-E API. ChatGPT is the text-based OpenAI, which we are going to use and is the topic of our discussion today. So let's go into select Chat GPT, and you can see that this screen comes up. You can see there are two options, GPT 3.5 and GPT-4. Now I'm reading out a bit because some of you may be new to it. And for those who are very familiar, it may just be a bit of a repetition. Then you can see a left bar on which various, you can create a new chat, you have your login ID, mine is there over here. And then there is a message box. Okay. So what is our fun example? Our fun example is that we want to create a welcome address for freshers. So let me just write that want to prepare a welcome address for college hires who have recently joined the organization. Okay, so let's see. It's a very generic query, and here you can see what it is generating. So it's almost a one-pager welcome address. Welcome address for the new hires, so and so. On behalf of your company name, I'm thrilled to extend a warm welcome to each of you, our talented college hires. And you can see it's talking about core values, integrity, respect, innovation. Throughout your onboarding process, we are committed to providing you with the necessary resources. Again, welcome, and let's collectively strive for excellence. So, interestingly, ChatGPT has generated a welcome address in a small sentence that I gave. And most of it, as you can see, is pretty relevant. So my question, did each of you, anyone else practiced it, tried it? Did you all try it? Anyone can say yes, I would like to see responses. Okay, good. So let's go forward. Okay, from here. So we have tried out this fun activity. Now let's move forward. So what is generative artificial intelligence? So our topic had generative artificial intelligence, this word in it, right? So anytime an AI technology is generating something on its own is referred to as generative AI. Now, there's a difference with traditional AI systems. Now, traditional AI systems would analyze data and make predictions. And generative AI is creating new data based on its training data. So it can produce text, as you just saw in ChatGPT. It can generate video, images, and other type of contents. Also, it's important to note that generative AI is non-deterministic. It's producing output which is varied. So it can, so what is deterministic output? It would be like 2 + 2 is equal to 4. That's deterministic. But here it produces non-deterministic output. So if two people are saying the similar sentence, the output need not be identical. So this is why it is called as generative AI. And there are various generative AI tools in the market, right? So we will come to it in a bit. But before we do that, let us understand what is large language models. Okay, so it's just a small overview because large language models itself is a very deep topic, and it is actually what is behind generative AI. Okay, so LLMs, as it is called, are a type of AI which mimics human intelligence. Okay, and uh, what goes behind it is basically statistical models which analyze huge amounts of data. It can be like the entire Wikipedia, it can be, fed as data to the model. It can be paintings, it can be varied type of inputs, all research data. So these large amounts of data, it learns the patterns and connects and connections between the words, the phrases, the sentences. So that's why this is quite a complex area. And mostly it is these big, the research institutes are involved in this. Even the big organizations like OpenAI, Microsoft, NVIDIA, they are working on these LLMs. And example of LLMs, GPT, as you saw in Chat GPT, GPT is a LLM of OpenAI. Similarly, there are others also. So even Google has its own LLM and so on and so forth. So let's try to understand in a simplistic manner what it is trying to do when we say mimic human intelligence. So let's try with an example. So our first example is on, what we are going to do is we'll try to complete the below sentences. Okay, so I'm going to give a few sentences on the screen. Look at it and request you to respond on the message box on what would be your response to the sentence. So how the human brain thinks. So the first sentence is, I went to the bank too. Now try to complete. What would this be? Request. Oh, okay. Deposit a check. Yeah, I can see some of you deposit a check. Deposit money. Withdraw money. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. Open account. So varied responses, right? Very interesting. So thanks to all responding. Now let me ask a subsequent, give you a subsequent sentence to complete. I planned to buy a house and I went to the bank to, please complete this sentence. So now you can see, yeah. Understand loan rate. Swapnesh is saying understand loan rate. Discuss on loan opportunity. Nirja Mishra is saying understand loan process. Take a loan, Millie. So thank you. So you can see with this information, you are not, most of the common answers are around loan. Okay. Now a third sentence to complete. I recently sold a property, an old property, and received a bank draft from the buyer. I plan to buy a bigger house by putting in this money. I went to the bank to. Now complete this sentence. Anyone? What would be your answers? Okay, EMI rates of balance amount. Okay. Yeah. So, see, the purpose of this example was to see how progressively, as you get more information, your response becomes more accurate, right? So, yes, how to manage funding. Yes. So, more specific. The final sentence gave you more information so that your response became more specific. Now, let us see another example. Example 2. Complete the below sentences. I'm traveling to Darjeeling for. Request your responses. A vacation, leisure trip. Yeah, natural. Very similar responses coming. Onward travel to Gangtok, official work, business trip, solo trip. Yeah, yeah. To study. Okay. Now, next sentence. I am a sales representative. Okay, regional head. And my company has an annual offsite meeting. I'm traveling to Darjeeling for, what would be your response? Sponsorship. Okay. I'm selecting venue for the event. Okay. Very interesting responses. Now the responses are becoming more sharp and less varied. Arranging. Yes, arranging for the meeting. Okay. Let's see our next sentence. I am a sales representative, regional head, and my company has an annual offsite meeting at Siliguri. I'm traveling to Darjeeling for. Now complete this sentence. Fun visit. Okay. Bringing and generating leads. Okay. Onward journey. Yeah. To meet the distributors. So as you can see, as progressively the sentences gave more information, the responses became more specific. Okay. So this is the mimicking of human thinking, right? Human way of thinking. So let's move forward. So prompt engineering. So our topic had, about using prompt engineering. So let us understand what is prompt engineering. So it is the process of designing and refining prompts to get the best results from an AI. So in the beginning, when we tried out a fun activity, we gave a prompt to ChatGPT, right? It was a very generic prompt and we got a certain response. Then you saw in those progressive sentences completion, which you were doing, we were refining the prompts. Suppose the first one was a one prompt and the subsequent prompts were getting refined. And each time we as per our thinking process were giving much more better and specific responses. So therefore, prompt engineering is actually a very powerful technique. It helps the users to shape what will be the output of the AI models. So it is helping you to get more content, more context, more specific responses. And so it is like your companion. It is more of, helping you, assisting you to answer your questions with more details. If you are providing, you will get more specific responses. But even then, AI tool output cannot be taken as it is. It always needs review because there would be, since it is based on a lot of analysis of data, and sometimes it will need review also to remove biases, if any. And you can then, once you review, you can progressively also refine it further by giving more subsequent messages. More. So prompt engineering, now you hear in the market, there's a lot of buzz correct? That prompt engineering, there's this jobs of prompt engineers and so on. Yes, prompt engineering, if you look at it from a very artificial intelligence perspective, yes, it is a very deep area. But if you're looking at, to use this AI tool as something like a friend to assist you, then it is not so much of engineering, right? It is not exactly an engineering. It's more like a companion. It is someone who's going to complement your skills. So that's how you should see. In my opinion, prompt engineering is more like a complement to your specific skill or your specific area. Okay, so if you're a teacher, it would be a complement to you. If you're a web designer, so depending on your role, if you're an HR manager and so on, it would help to complement you on your roles by assisting you in your work. Okay, so let's move forward. And we have heard about this enough. Every day we get some pop-ups, right, in social media and in news, that how prompt engineering can be a game changer in the context of business productivity, right? So yes, it is a game changer. It has created a buzz since, it has come to the mind, like ChatGPT last year when it came into the market. It has really changed the way things are viewed. So what can be the ways in which prompt engineering can improve business productivity? So automating repetitive tasks, helping you to make better decisions, right? Customer support and engagement, like, if you are a customer service agent, you can have prompt engineering helping you to automate, right, on based on what are the most common type of questions that are coming, right, in the customer service or desk. It can help in content generation, in marketing, like, in web designers, content designers. It can help innovative product development also. So if you are trying out various products, in fact, IBM is working on, molecular research through using AI, right? And even developing faster codes using AI models. So then it can also help you to streamline your workflows, get real-time insights, and even analytics. So there are various ways in which the companies can leverage prompt engineering to help in their business. It can be even in the HR area. So we will see through examples again. In this session, it's about trying out. So we will do some more examples. So similar to ChatGPT, there are other AI tools also in the market. You may have already seen and heard about or used Microsoft Bing. Perplexity AI is there, Google's Bard is there, Jasper Chat, and so on. So many more are there. So it's not that ChatGPT is the only tool. There are many others in the market. Each has their plus or minus. So since ChatGPT has got the imagination, that's why we are discussing about you going to try out ChatGPT. Okay. So when we talk about prompt engineering, one of the key things is the prompt template. So as you saw in the first fun example that we did, we gave a loosely built sentence about how to develop, prepare a welcome address. But there are defined ways in which you can build your prompt so that you get much more useful, meaningful, and specific output from the prompt. So one of the key things in the template is role. So whether you have to be, the role is that of a HR manager, is it about a teacher, is it a professor, right? It can be a product manager. sales manager, sales head. So various type roles that you can define in your prompt. Second is context, giving the context. So remember when we were trying out those completing the sentence examples, when you gave more, when you got more context, your answers became more specific. You can also specify specific goals. Like suppose I want to say, help me to prepare a learn plan for learning, maybe in the area of prompt, certification or some certification program. Give me a learning plan. It can be even a learning plan for yoga. So 2-week learning plan for yoga. So you set some time frames. You can give a specific format also. So give it in this, in a format, 3 bullets, maybe on a day wise, and so on. Also, one of the things is in the prompt is template is breaking bigger tasks into smaller tasks. So if you give a very generic big goal in one go, the details won't be there, and you will have to progressively detail it out. So therefore, the smarter way is to break it into smaller tasks. And also by providing an example, like for example, saying that I want to prepare a welcome address, and like some people are from various regions and of India. So, I would like to have, talk about also cultural inclusivity. So you can give an example also like that. So having seen the prompt template, let us now go into some trying out something. So again, I hope all of you are in front of your computers and can try out these exercises, because that is what we are going to do in the next few minutes. Okay. So let us try out an example, a simple example of writing a farewell speech. You are a department head and you want to write a farewell speech for your team member who has resigned from the organization. And the lady has worked in the team for many years, 5 years, you can say. And she joined as a college hire. She was a very talented team member, knew singing, and would enjoy organizing team outings. Okay. So let us try this out. I'm going to copy this content and you can try it out in your own way. And I'm going to use the chat GPT and send a message there. So I'm in the chat GPT screen, and here I'm going to paste what was written in the slide. I'll request you all can type in and also see it in your own way. Now I'm sending the message. Okay. So you can see while it takes some time, it is generating the message. Okay. So we wait till then. It's taking some time. Here it has generated it. Now you can see. Okay. So farewell speech for a remarkable team member, and wishes, salutation like we would typically do. And then today is a bittersweet day for all of us as we gather here to bid farewell to a cherished member of our team. See in a very nice, polite language, how we would typically do. I'm able to relate to it quite a bit, having done this multiple times. And you can see, joined as a fresh college hire, little did we know she would become an integral part of our close-knit family, and so on. And you can see all, valuable colleagues, various messages in the farewell address. We will miss your presence. And then you will leave a void in our team. And now on behalf of the entire team, a heartfelt thanks, and so on. And then finally, we would like to leave you with a small farewell gift, and you stay in touch. Typically, that's how we say, and then look forward to hearing about your continued success and this thing. So, and so very interesting how, and it is almost like a ready content which I can, copy and paste into my Word document. And, I'm a manager and I've just had a busy day, and 4 p.m. I realized I have this farewell meeting and I have to address, and I just took the help of ChatGPT to help generate a farewell address for me by giving some input about the context, about the duration the employee was in the organization, as a. So any comments here? How did you find it? Did everyone try it out? Can you all respond on the, yeah, Millie tried it. Okay. Anyone else tried it out? Can you respond on the chat? Nilanjan is saying crazy and scary. But you think about it, yeah, different response from my side in my chat GPT. Yes. So this is crazy and scary. Nilanjan, if you look at it, it is about, see how it can improve your productivity. But can you take it as it is? Maybe you like to refine it a bit, right? It makes your speech writing easy. Thank you, Nirja. So you can see that, various, yeah. Srimanta says she got a different response. Very good point. Yeah, even I saw Millie also saying that. So no two responses will be same. Okay, it's about how you phrased it, how you also, maybe you gave different kind of details. And also, since I am using ChatGPT now, it is non-deterministic. Remember, I talked about ChatGPT or, LLMs, large language models, generative AI being non-deterministic. So therefore, two answers won't be same. But a broad script is ready. Yes, as Nirja has just said, a broad script is ready and you can add your own flavor. In fact, you can further share input and say, okay, now generate, and you don't need to type again. That's the fun part. If you add more details and ask it to refine the output, it will do that again. So let's go to our next example. And we will progressively go to more complex examples. Okay. So our next example. So far, I hope everyone is with me. Let's go to our next example. Onboarding mail. So you are an HR manager in an organization and need to send out an onboarding mail communication to all the new hires. So put on the hat of an HR manager. And now let us type this on the OpenAI GPT. So I'm typing this over here. I hope you all are trying this in your own way. You are an HR manager in an organization and need to send out an onboarding mail communication to the new hires. This is the exercise. Try to type it and see it. So I have typed it and now I'm waiting for the response, for the output. This output is called as the product. This is your product based on your prompt. Okay. So it is taking time, and yes, it has got generated. Okay. Now just see how it is. It is putting you can pick it, copy it and paste it to a Word document, add your company logo, give your subject, your onboarding journey begins. And dear so-and-so, congratulations and a warm welcome to the family. We are thrilled to have you on board as part of our dynamic team. As the HR manager, I'm excited to guide you through your onboarding journey and help you settle smoothly. So you can see how it is talking about what will be your first day. It is always special. Here is an overview of what you can expect during your onboarding journey. And then it is, as you move forward, remember that our doors are always open. Thank you for being an indispensable part of our journey. Oh, sorry, this has gone back. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So, yeah, this is, so there are 6 points it has mentioned. It has talked about role specific training, virtual tour, buddy program, HR support, very common things which, if some of you recently joined an organization, you would have experienced the same thing. So it is so realistic, right? And it is talking about before your first day, please complete all your pre-boarding paperwork, right? Set up your company accounts, so on, and then best regards. Hope you all did try it. Please respond on the chat box with your message. I'd like to see more people respond. There are only a few people, a diverse set of responses will help. Hope you're. Anyone? Did you try this exercise? Okay, I am not seeing any responses. I hope I am audible. So we will move from here to the next. Again, we will progressively make it more complex. Okay, so now we come to our next example. Okay, let me put this in the view mode, slideshow mode. Okay, so we completed this. Now our next exercise. Now we are going to try to generate, work with a much more, some more complexity. We are trying to generate a work from home policy document using ChatGPT. Okay, so act like a HR manager. So now you see, I'm giving a role, act like an HR manager, need to prepare a work from home policy document for all employees. And try adding more context in this, in the prompt, like your organization is in the IT industry, or it is in the auto industry, steel industry, or any other manufacturing, and it has offices in different parts of India, maybe even a global company. So add that and try to generate a work from home policy document with this context. So I hope you all have already started typing your prompt. I'm going to also copy it and paste it into OpenAI, ChatGPT, and let us see. So I've just copied and pasted from the slide. I hope you all are also doing it or already done it. Let me see, there are some messages on the chat box. Interesting. Yes, Mrigank. Yeah, Nilanjan got a different response. So again, there will be difference in responses. Since this is a generative AI is non-deterministic. So I'm now pushing the send. Let us see now. It is generating. Now, while it is generating, I want to mention that as you saw in the beginning, ChatGPT has a 3.5 version, which we used. This is a free version. GPT-4, if you use, this model is not a free version, and you will have to pay $20 to use it. Now, GPT-4 is more supposed to be 20-30% faster, more effective content it is able to generate. So of course it is not free. So for our session here, we are using a ChatGPT 3.5. So we have got the response of the work from home policy. Let us see what it has generated. Okay. And you can see how it is saying that our at our company, we recognize importance of work-life balance and providing a flexible work environment to our valued employees. So the work from home policy has been designed to enable employees to work and so on and so forth. You can read through it. It is talking about a scope. It applies to all regular full-time employees. It's intended for use during extraordinary situations or as part of our ongoing commitment to promote flexibility. Look at the language and policy guidelines, eligibility and approval, technology and security, productivity and performance, communication and collaboration, work hours and overtime. It's talking about reporting and compliance. And finally, that conclusion there. So see how interesting, and you would have also in your respective organizations seen or prepared such work from home policy documents, right? And it looks so much realistic to what it typically the policy documents that we see. So this, this was one example. And if you had given some different type of context, it would have generated a different kind of a product or response. Okay, so let us now try a more complex one. So this was about the work from home policy document. Now, if we were to ask ChatGPT to prepare a workplace harassment policy, so why don't you all try this out yourselves? I will not show it on ChatGPT. Act like a HR manager. Sorry, what happened? Okay, workplace harassment policy. So act like a HR manager, and yeah. So there has been a typo here. So it is more about prepare a workplace harassment policy. Please ignore the text on the slide, some typographical error. But put the context saying prepare a workplace harassment policy. And I'm going to show it here so act as a HR manager and prepare a workplace harassment policy. Now we know that most organizations are very, very clear and vocal on the workplace harassment policies. This is something which we see everywhere. So let us see what ChatGPT generates. I gave the prompt and let us see, it is generating it. So it is giving a date, it's talking about introduction, the policy, the definition of harassment, what is prohibited, how to report, how to investigate and resolve, non-retaliation, it is talking about prevention and training. At least most of us again would have really, may have even must be proponents of this or, been involved in, sometimes in the POSH or workplace harassment cases. So this is very, you can see how it has helped to generate. And think for a very small startup organization, if they need to generate these policy documents, ChatGPT would come so useful, right? With all the, all the kind of content it can readily help to generate for this new organization, right? And even for existing HR managers, how it can, in various points in time when you need to try to have to generate some communications, send out general mailers about policies, you could generate it, revise it and send it. Now we will look at, so here we were talking about some examples which are more from an HR perspective. Let us now see something like, many of us use Excel. We may be a sales head or a marketing lead or a finance. I may be in the finance department where I need to use Excel on a day-to-day basis. And maybe I'm not very much expert at generating, formulas, and I need to, sometimes I struggle and I go to the help. I need to go to the help and it takes time. What if I try out with ChatGPT? So I give a message to ChatGPT saying, act like a Microsoft Excel expert, need to generate the formula for calculating the year of retirement of employees in a company. The date of birth of employees is available and age of retirement is 60 years. Let us try this out. So this is a different kind of an example where it is more of calculation based. So going to ChatGPT again, and I have pasted this. Request you all also to try this out because this is a different kind of an example. You may give some other formula. Let us see. Now let us see what is the response. So it has responded. Let me scroll down. Okay. So it is responding, says, I can help you generate the formula. Assuming date of birth is in cell A2, age of retirement is 60, you can use the following formula. It is giving a very specific formula. And this formula takes the year from date of birth in cell A2 using the year function and adds to it 60 years to it. And it gives you the age of year of retirement. So for example, if date of birth is 1st Jan 1980, it is telling you that the retirement will be in 2040. Simply copy this formula and paste it onto your respective file and generate the year. And what else it is saying? So yeah, very interesting, right? It helps you to do away with some of the hard work in searching for formulas. Okay. And so one more information that, even Microsoft is coming up with its own is also coming up with an assistant, right, to help you with an inbuilt AI. Okay, so Copilot. It is called as Copilot, and soon you will see in Microsoft Excel also this AI inbuilt AI. It will, so you will not have to give the formula. You just type the text, and Copilot will generate the formula for you. So this is also very interesting. Already, even Excel is evolving, right? Increasingly, you are seeing in these tools AI capability being built in. Now we will go for a more complicated. Now maybe a different kind of an example. You are a sales regional head. You are acting as an Eastern region sales head for a garments manufacturer in the children's clothings. Okay, and the annual sales in the Eastern region is 1,000 crores in the previous year, and the target for this year is 1,200 crores. Now, the sales head has to organize a workshop with all the sales team members to understand the current challenges and generate ideas on how to meet the sales target of 1,200 crores. Example is also given that if supply was not sufficient in peak season in the previous year. So what is the task? It is the create an agenda for the workshop where 25 people will be available. Duration will be 8 hours with a lunch break of 1 hour. Include a breakout session, and also that will analyze what didn't work well in the previous year and provide ideas for increasing the sales. Okay, so here you can see a pretty more detailed prompt to be given to ChatGPT, right? With some numbers, giving it a format. You create an agenda for 8 hours duration. So let us see. I'm going to copy this and paste it on ChatGPT. You all may also parallelly try and see what is the output. I've copied it here. Pasted it here. Okay. Now I'm pushing the send. Now let us see what is the response. Here it has started generating the agenda. Interesting. It is giving time-wise topic. It has also included a lunch break, a tea break. I didn't mention about tea break, but it has generated also a tea break. It has taken the context and included a tea break. So it is saying you start at 8 a.m. with a registration and welcome, give opening remarks. There are 2 bullets about what should be the opening remarks, review last year's sales performance. Then from 8:45 to 9 p.m., 9:15 a.m., identifying challenges and opportunities. Then it is talking about next topic is supply chain analysis. You have a tea coffee break of 15 minutes. The next topic is enhancing customer engagement, right? Sales strategies and target segmentation. And then there's a lunch break, and then it says after the lunch break, let's have a breakout session. We learn from the past. Then you generate sales boosting ideas. Wow. There's another tea break, and it is talking about aligning sales and marketing efforts is the next agenda item. Action plan and roadmap. So have a roadmap, closing remarks and feedback, right? And then the workshop concludes. And there's a message also on the bottom. It has given that please come prepared with your insights, ideas, and suggestions. Let's work together to create a winning strategy that will lead us to surpass our sales target and achieve remarkable success in the Eastern region. Looking forward to an engaging and productive workshop. This is like an almost ready agenda, which can be copied and pasted on a mail and sent out by the Eastern region sales head with some minor review and tweaking, which may be necessary. As I mentioned, review is important. You should not just take the output as it is and send it out, right? So that is there. Any comments on this? Request the responses from everyone. It's 7:28. We are almost there. Okay, Sayantan, Millie. I hope the others are also there with me on this. So we are running out of time. I want to show a more complex problem which is doable through ChatGPT and which you all should try out also. So this was a workshop agenda. Now suppose I want to create a product lean canvas. This is used in, by a product manager who wants to create a lean canvas. Now, what is a lean canvas? Lean canvas is a product management, framework where you can create on a one page a strategy about a new product that you launch. So it can be used like in startup organizations, when they are, or existing organizations who want to prepare a new product, but they want to evaluate it before that. So a lean stack is actually a template, which is lean canvas template is used. So what I want to say is that even ChatGPT can help you even generate a lean canvas. And I will very quickly type here and just put it. And you can see that how even a lean canvas, which is a fairly complex, and it's not exactly the topic of discussion here, but you can see how it can even generate a lean canvas, the 9 boxes, content for that. So it is generating. This will take a bit of time, and we are almost there at 7:30. So I will come towards the conclusion. Meantime, please put your messages on the chat box. Okay. Okay, so this is taking more time. Yeah, it has generated it. Wow. So you can see here, it has generated even that one-pager lean canvas in a very structured way. Your problem, right? Your customer segment 3 points, unique value proposition, and so on. So with this, I come to the last example, and there are many more uses of ChatGPT. You can try this out, like creating a PowerPoint presentation, writing an essay. There are many plugins in the market, like Gamma is a PowerPoint presentation. There's Canva also. Some of you may have already used it. It is for resume building, very popular among students. Email responses, social media management, so all these, you can use ChatGPT as your personalized teacher and so on, even for research. So in conclusion, 2 key points to remember. Give better prompts for accurate and relevant outputs. So that is one key thing for prompt engineering to help you improve your business productivity. And also remember that we need to review the output of an AI tool. Do not take it as it is and send it out. You need to first review and then set it out. So with that, thank you. We come to the end of our session. And if you have any messages, please type on the chat box. I hope your comments and how do you plan to use it further. Try to think of ways in which you can exploit it in your organization, in your work, for helping you improve your productivity. So take the positive aspects, because this is there, it's our future, and we have to exploit it to make our lives better. Thank you all. I can see your messages. Hope you all, good to see the various responses and your comments. Again, my message, please use this, because ChatGPT also will understand you. It will become very personalized to you. So the more you use it, it understands your style and it will start adapting and responding accordingly to you. That's why no 2 responses will be the same. Millie is saying, can we ask a question? Yes, I think Mr. Anmirvan will take a few minutes more, right? So Millie, yes. So while Millie is asking a question, Nilanjan's question, is there any risk on data front? Remember, on ChatGPT, there is already, and other generative AI tools, security and all is being, security, sensitivity aspects are very much built into it. There are certain things which clearly ChatGPT will talk about not, working on or responding on it. Data front, there is the security aspects are working on it. Anything specific to an organization would be a using of generative AI specific to that organization, right? Where the data masking and etc. would be in play. So all these risks are very much understood, and there is constant review happening on how to make it much more secure. So Millie's question is AI all about ChatGPT or more aspects are there? So Millie, ChatGPT is one chatbot or AI tool, or generative AI tool. There are many others in the market. So OpenAI is having GPT as its model. There are others, as I mentioned earlier. We have Microsoft Bing also. There is also Google's Bard. So there are many others. And yes, there is a great scope to improve, right? There's a huge amount of data. There are various research organizations working on it. I know IBM is working also on this, and also many other companies on coming out with AI, their AI models for various, various areas specific, right? We are even talking about how AI can generate paintings, it can generate translation. So translation is voice recognition. Yes, Nirja is saying the voice recognition is getting integrated, translating, real-time translation. These are areas on which, is being worked on. Any other questions? Okay. So with that, I will stop sharing, and if anyone else has anything else, otherwise we can, close this session. It has been very participative. Thank you for people who kept asking questions or, trying it out while the session was on. So hope you will use it and benefit from it.
Ma'am, just before we close up, I would like to, after your session, we in fact were thinking, and Millie, she was a part of this, thinking about doing a session with a proper workshop session with the students, the future managers, regarding how to use ChatGPT or any other AI tool as such to perform better. So maybe sometime we'll have that opportunity of inviting you to take up that kind of a session. But before that, just I know this is a very, very foolish question to ask. Everyone knows the answer, maybe, but I am still a little, bothered, and I would really like to ask this question. You know, I am a sci-fi geek, so I use, not only I seek for information on this, I also look into various movies which are into sci-fi. And nowadays, at least for the last 10 years, we have evolved with movies which have absolutely villainated this AI in different aspects. How much do you think, since I know this question is very common, but I would like to listen from you, how much do you think is AI really going to take our lives away rather than make it easier to live? Do you really think that's going to happen?
See, my response here would be that we are not yet there, that, it will replace humans or human activities. One thing which I kept emphasizing all through is that, you need to review, even though artificial intelligence can start doing a lot of tasks or, making life simpler by removing, certain repetitive elements. But there is always a human element or human review which will be needed, because these models are learning continuously, right? They are large language models based on deep learning. So as they learn more, they will get more refined. There's more, complexities and which it can add. Even already OpenAI AI is working on, advanced, they are talking about AGI, right? Artificial general intelligence. They are going one step ahead. So yes, as of now, while there are certain things, which are not doable, but yes, it may be possible in future. But till then, we are actually going to use it to make things better. So in content creation, automatic language translation, maybe translating job will become automatic. You may not
Yeah.
need human intervention. So there are certain things, yes. And then there is also certain things additionally which will be needed to even make the AI or generative AI better. So new things will come, new areas it will open up.
Yes, I'm really, I want to make another question. For anyone, for the students who are now listening to us, or maybe the people who are not listening to us. I'll even taking example of my son who is 6 years old. I'll tell you just what my concern is. When we were learning, we used to buy heart things, we used to understand the concept, we used to remember things, Excel formulas, algebra formulas. But with this chat GPT coming in, this AI coming in, no one needs to remember anything anymore. Means, how do you think that is? I really feel it is very difficult in this scenario not to use it. But again, when I see my son using not ChatGPT, but he is using, in fact, Google, simple Google, whatever he wants, I am really, son, please say me what can be the weather today. Just look outside and just tell me if it is going to rain or not. He goes to the mobile and asks, "Ajge ki mishti hobe," and the Google comes up. Maybe wrong, maybe right, but he is not using his brain at all. He is going to a simpler solution, which is basically, may not be AI at the moment, but at least a part of it. So
Yeah.
what do you think? How the students can really, cope up with this?
There is, everything is evolutionary, right? So evolutionary process, new tools, and some things will become defunct. Learning, assisted learning is going to be there. Even we are talking about teachers, ChatGPT can help to assist teachers, or maybe even for certain things, they become the teacher. So again, as the evolutionary process happens, more, things will get directed more towards, going outer space discovery, or, going to outer space. It's all enabling things, and newer vistas and newer avenues will open up rather than memorizing a multiplication table. So we did that in childhood, I agree. But today, children don't need to, because they are assisted with so many gadgets, and now with artificial intelligence. So that's how it is.
It's nice.
Things will.
From today's session, like Nilanjan sir just told, it's interesting, and it's also crazy and scary. Yeah, but I really feel after having your session, it was really crazy. Scary thing I will put aside for the time being. And just to close, first let me thank you. And for the closure, just I remember, seeing again. I am not using AI for this. Seeing on the BSNL those directories, you remember the telephone directories? There used to be a quotation at the back of it. Einstein quotation. I really don't know if that was actually given by Einstein or not, but it was given there in the BSNL directory. You need not memorize everything. You need not know everything. Just you need to know where to find it when you need it. So this AI is now, I think it is going to that manner where we just need to know how to use and prompt AI in order to get the correct answer.
Absolutely.
And a better evolution.
Nowadays, you carry your bank on your phone, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. So integration, convergence, these are the things which are going to happen. And every year you will see new products which will change the way we do things.
Right.
Yes. But
okay,
thank you.
Thanks a lot. It was a very nice session, as I understand from the participation of the people who have attended, and we have also have some participation on the YouTube and Facebook too. And this will be on the YouTube for long till we do not bring it down, which we'll not do, at least in the coming future. We'll have it there, so people will be using this. This is going to be a very useful session. In fact, we'll be using this to promote our next upcoming workshops whenever we have it, with your permission. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to all the participants who have been here till now. I know that they have not been here only for the e-certificate, but they have been here for the topic which was discussed today. So thanks to all of you, but I'll be giving the e-certificate link on the chat box and also on the screen. Thanks, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Hope to see you again, and we'll definitely have a workshop, a lengthier workshop, a detailed workshop on this very soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.